Welcome to Sense of Style. I'm Stuart. 8 dumb reach fragrances for warm weather. What is a dumb reach fragrance? It is one where you don't have to be smart. You can be dumb. You just pick it up, spray it on, and go. Very, very simple. The king of dumb reach may come as a surprise. It was Steve Jobs. Not so much dumb reach fragrances, but the king of dumb reach. Now, he was making multi-million-dollar decisions regularly, making decisions that affected billions of people. And so when he prepared in the morning, he wanted to make it as simple as possible. All he ever wore every day was a black turtleneck and jeans. Every day. He had closets full of both of those things, so he didn't have to think what he was going to wear in the morning and waste his energy. Summer's kind of like that. Summer's kind of relaxed and fun. You don't want to be thinking too much about what you're going to wear. So yeah, I made it easy for you. I've got 8 dumb reach fragrances, and hell, 7 of these, you don't have to think much about them when you buy them. Fragrance number 1, this is Versace Dylan Blue. And this, not necessarily a summer fragrance, but it's got 3 fresh notes: bergamot, black pepper, and ambroxan. So yeah, it probably is going to work better in the summer. It even has an incense note, which is darker, but it works really good in summer evenings. So this is one you just put on. You're going to get tons of compliments wearing this. It's the Sauvage DNA, but darker. So you're going to get compliments. It's not expensive, nowhere near as expensive as Sauvage. At the moment, $54 US at the discounters. Now that's totally reasonable given all the inflation we've gone through. So it's kind of mid-range price. But the main thing here is compliments. Fragrance number 2 is Azzaro Ginger Lover. And if you get bored of wearing a lot of citrus, I know I do, in the summer, or aquatic notes, and you want something a little bit different, but you still want to be fresh, ginger is a good option. And there is a lot of ginger in this. There's a little bit of citrus. There's some lime at the beginning. There's some vetiver in the base, but mostly this is just a hell of a lot of ginger. If you like ginger, you will love this fragrance. Much like Dylan Blue, the price is mid-range, somewhere between 50 and 60, so it's not gonna break the bank or anything. Performance is very good. There's a hint of sweetness in the ginger, as there is in a lot of ginger notes in fragrances, but really this is mostly just fresh and a little bit different for summer. Fragrance number 3, this is Jora Sport 2021. Now this is the only fragrance on the list where when you're buying it, you may have to think a little bit, because most of the fragrances on this list are either mid-range or cheaper. This one is $110 at the discounter, so it is a little pricey. So you may have to think there, but once you bought it, you won't have to think again. You just spray and go. Great performance, really nice scent. The thing about this one is it's mostly fresh resins. That, to me, is the core of the fragrance. Yeah, there's lemon and bergamot, but the fresh resins, olibanum and elemi, they're very, very fresh. Not like something like benzoin or labdanum, which are, a little sweet and warm. This is mostly just fresh resin. One thing about this, though, make sure when you're buying Jora Sport 2021, make sure you get the 2021 version. You do not want to get the 2017 version. And sometimes they don't tell you. The 2017 version was famously unpopular. This one, way better. Fragrance number 4, for the average guy, is the most underrated fragrance on the market. Ellis 360 Red. Now, I don't mean for collectors, but I mean for the average person, because the Acqua di Gio DNA is so popular. And this is very, very similar in performance and in scent to Acqua di Gio. You're going to get, this might even be a little bit better, a stronger performance. Very, very similar fragrance. They come about it a different way. This one has 4 citrus notes, a little bit of cinnamon. Acqua di Gio have aquatic notes, but it really smells similar. But this one is $26 at the discounters, whereas Acqua di Gio is over 60. when I first started collecting, they talked about this on YouTube all the time. And I mean, Acqua di Gio is still as popular as it ever was. I mean, they've got the newer ones that are a lot stronger, but the original still sells a lot. And yeah, for 26 bucks, this one needs a little more love, especially in the summer because of the citrusy notion of it and, the aquatic feel. It's perfect in the summer, and it's really cheap. Fragrance number 5 is Cool Water by Davidoff. Now, this doesn't smell like Perry Ellis 360 Red, but in terms of it being underrated, I would put this up there as well. I mean, this one is also a clone of a hugely popular fragrance, which is Green Irish Tweed. You don't pick up the iris on this, but on paper, it's really, really hard to tell the difference. On skin, it's different. You can tell the difference a bit. You can pick up a little bit of the iris. But yeah, that is a hugely popular fragrance that you can get for like half nothing. And now the note breakdown is a little bit different. Instead of like lemon verbena, this has aquatic notes and some aromatic notes, but the end result is pretty much the same. Now, the one thing, I've tested this in Green Irish Tweed a few times, and the one thing I've noticed that is different is performance. Green Irish Tweed is crazy good performance. But here's the thing. Green Irish Tweed is like 10 hours. This is at least 5 hours in terms of longevity, probably 6 on most people. And it smells really similar. And this is a summer banger. This was so popular in the 90s, but especially in the summer. Like if you're wearing this in the winter, maybe you will smell old, but in the summer, this really works. Yeah, this is another fragrance like 360 Red that underrated. Next up, we have Azzaro Chrome United, and this is my favorite version of Chrome. And got to be honest, though, I think most Chromes, maybe all of them, are really good dumb reach fragrances in the summer. This one is my favorite because it has the tea musk combination that originated from my favorite fragrance, which is Silver Mountain Water, one of my favorites. Yeah, so this one has a tea musk combination. It also has violet leaf and bergamot, which are pretty standard for citrus fragrances for aquatics. But yeah, the tea musk combo is very calming, and I really like it. And so this one, to me, is great. Very good performance, very solid, nothing to write home about, but it'll keep you fresh and it'll smell great. Fragrance number 7, this is Nautica Voyage, and I've talked about not liking this fragrance that much, but when it comes to summer, even I will wear this in the summer as a dumb reach. There are some issues with this, but they're mostly superficial. I like, for instance, the cap is super light, and the atomizer is not great, and it's a pretty generic bottle. The one thing that's great about Nautica Voyage, though, is the price-performance ratio. It does not cost much, and this is one of the better performing fresh fragrances you can get. Now, the notes here, there's some apple and there's some green notes I've added, so this is more on the green side of things for blue fragrances. But, green is good in the summer, especially if you live in a warm climate. This one is really good because you spray it and go. You could just have 10 of these and you'll be set all year round. I live in Canada, so it's cooler, so this one isn't as big a deal for me. But like I said, even in the summer, I will wear this. Finally, we have Gianfranco Ferre's Fougere Italiano. And this fragrance is a little bit different in the citrus component because it's a musky citrus. There's some white florals, there's some jasmine here, but this is mostly a musky citrus combination, and you can really pick up the musk. And that was a really popular DNA in the early 2000s. Something like CH212 by Carolina Herrera, that was very popular around that time. And this smells quite similar to it. Has pretty solid performance. I mean, like most of these fragrances, they are fresh, so they're not going to blow you away performance-wise, but it's solid. It's about 4 hours with half an hour projection. But I have to admit, I like musky fragrances. And as far as this one goes for summer, one of my favorites on this list, which might be a bit of a surprise. Anyway, I love summer. Summer is awesome. I don't like to think. Thinking sucks. So these fragrances, especially thinking in the summer. Anyway, these fragrances I think will really help keep your summer simple and fun. Thanks for watching.